We are everybody. Rajiv ji is with us today. I was on time, but we were chatting before camera went live.
We, we,
uh,
we had much to discuss, the world's affairs, politics, geo-commitment of
yes,
India to various causes, etc. So we've decided we've solved most of the problems of the world.
right. Exactly. Rajiv ji is our U.S. immigration lawyer, and we do this every Saturday 9 a.m. And another thing I keep forgetting, and my team keeps reminding me, is like if you want to subscribe to my newsletter, we send out newsletter every Wednesday. Basically, take everything we've done in a week and then combine it and put it in the thing. So feel free to subscribe it. You don't have to if you don't want to.
So, no, Yuri, what is this newsletter business? Do you actually have write-ups on things, or do you just have video links?
No. I mean, write up like yeah. So it's like job search tips or university tips, or sometimes we take the transcribe of something you've said and, well, not something you said, but something like an interesting question popped up, and then we'll put
Yeah.
it in there. So, or your links where you have done something, and so yeah, things like that. So that
So
way,
you're
people who
doing
don't have
God's
time
work.
to,
You're doing
yeah.
God's work, misguiding people.
What? No. All
Quote me
right.
on.
Yes. Okay, today we want to start with H1B updates. I think there's a new thing that US.
Actually, you are getting overly excited about nothing.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah, it's exciting
I,
for law firms, but it's not exciting for anybody except
okay.
law firms. Okay.
What
So
what is it? Yeah.
it just basically means instead of creating individual accounts, and I don't even know, I think even earlier for registrations, you could do, you could do basically organizational accounts. Our team seemed to like it. I'm not sure why, but they thought this was great. But if you go further down, I
Mm,
think they're also talking about submitting H1B. So, देखो, USCIS will host, USCIS expects to launch the organizational accounts in February with online filing of forms I-129 and 907, which is for premium processing. This is exciting. Why?
mm,
Because this is absolutely a problem. When you submit an H1B, there's a deadline, right?
yeah.
And if you miss that deadline, you end up losing the lottery. So every now and then, these career companies, they lose your packages. You will send a package from here and it will end up in God knows where, and they don't know where it is. Okay.
Mm,
So
mm,
you just messed up the career of an individual who was waiting for that H1B. So that was very
mm,
disheartening. We saw that happen. Doesn't happen very
yeah.
frequently, but
Yeah.
it can happen. So this goes right away. Okay, number one.
Mm,
Number two, uh, if they are doing I-129s, chances are they are also going to, which is the H1B form, chances are they are going to allow us to submit our RFE responses also online. Why do
mm.
we like that? Okay, first of all, we save a lot of paper. My RFE, H1B RFE response can go into hundreds of pages.
Wow. Yeah. Right.
So it's exciting to the for the team. The team was like, "Oh yeah, we love it." I was like, "Why is Yudi getting excited about this?"
Oh, someone, no. It was someone who messaged me saying that, hey, can you cover this with Rajiv ji
Yeah,
on
there's
tomorrow's session?
nothing to cover, ladies and gentlemen. It's all
Okay.
already undercover. So it had been covered. But
So,
this is what I am a geek.
essen-
So what excites me is that when they are setting up systems like this, they
mm,
will also ultimately be exposing APIs. Okay.
mm,
They've been
mm,
trying to build these APIs for years, decades.
yeah.
I don't know how complicated it is. Because in my view, the way I see their
Mm,
systems, they must
mm,
already have APIs or they are
mm,
all using the same system. Because within DHS, there are so many sub agencies and they also correspond some of the things with the
mm,
State Department. But here is the problem right now. When I
mm,
file an H1B, uh, uh, the State Department makes a copy of that and scans it and then uploads it, which is very clunky if you think
mm,
about hundreds of thousands of man hours. So once they expose the APIs, the entire government units could be connected, and things will become a lot more efficient. And if we have an indigenous or third party system to prepare and keep forms, the data, it can be directly sent to the USCIS without having to go through very clunky forms.
Does this also mean that now the employees can see their status
Oh,
on
I
the
doubt that.
portal?
I doubt
No,
that.
no.
Because
Okay.
there is a privacy issue with
Mm.
employers, because these are employers' cases.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when they are employers' cases, that's the way government looks at it. Although courts have been disagreeing with some of the things. For example, I
Mm.
think it was, I want to say the Second or Third Circuit, where they said,
Mm.
well, if your I-140 is revoked, even the employees have a right to challenge it. Because normally
Mm.
government used to say, well, you have come to court over an I-140, that's the employer's petition, get out of here. But
Right.
now courts have started saying, no, 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 no. You can't do that. Employees have a right to challenge because they are affected. So that should be reflected in the government's workflows. They should create workflows where employees can get enough information so that they feel
Mm.
protected. I mean, I
Mm.
had a
Mm.
consultation yesterday with somebody um, who, working for a Fortune 50 company, didn't know whether this company had submitted his registrations or not. And he says, well, they keep saying they have, but I don't trust them.
Mm.
And that's
Mm.
not the best thing for the company. I think they
Yeah.
should expose the accounts or at least have the lawyers confirm for the individuals that your registrations have been submitted. So, nothing to
Right.
get excited about for individuals, but much to get excited about people who don't like to waste paper. Plus, it is a lot of manpower that goes from our side too.
Mm.
Creating 300-page, 400-page packages, and somebody sits down and goes through the checklist, marks everything. We have standard checklist. Is this there? Yes. Is this there? And still things can get messed up, because more
Mm.
manual stuff you have, more moving parts you have, more is the room for errors. Happy to report.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen very frequently. Happens maybe once or twice a year, but it can happen. So,
Yes. Yeah.
of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
we have backup plans
Yeah.
to fix those things. But
Got it.
having
So good news for like lawyers and law firms and employers,
lawyers,
but not.
law firm, individuals, and corporations, it's a good news because the chances of errors are reduced.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Nice. Okay. Cool. All right. We will move into anything else before we move into questions.
I'm trying to think about the last couple of weeks. Um,
Well, last
some
week. I mean,
nerdy
you were
stuff
there
was
last week.
happening. Some nerdy stuff, but everything else we covered last week.
Yeah.
So in
Okay.
this week, nothing great has happened.
Hmm. I mean, H-1B season is picking up, so I'm assuming people are
Yeah,
employers are starting to.
yeah. People are
Okay.
starting to wake up and starting to send out their registration information. So,
Right.
here is what people keep asking me. This was one of the key questions.
Yeah.
Are we
Yeah.
going to see a change in H-1B filings this year?
Hmm.
And we are in the middle of January. We start in end of February or
Yeah.
March. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know if the government has enough time to set up a totally new system, because the regulations are still under consideration. Notice and comment period is over. They are going over the comments. So I don't know. It looks doubtful that they will change the way H-1B registrations are done this year. But I cannot confirm or deny that they will be able to or not be able to do.
Hmm. 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 Okay. Well, we'll find out. All right, let's start. Nilesh Patel. Sorry, I just said Patel because I was like, oh, could
No,
you?
it is Patel.
It is Patel. Yes, I just got excited. Uh, I don't know why. Maybe I have an espresso
You see,
shot
you see,
today.
you see Patel, you see Dokla, Papra, you see breakfast.
That is right. That is right. All right. Firm submitted for job role data analyst. Now new job role business analyst within the same company and same location. Can I
No,
amend or correct firm?
no. Nileshi, once a perm is submitted, you can't change anything. That's one of the biggest problems. Understandably, though, because a lot of things are connected. These are, you can think of the perm filing as a dependency, which is coming from several other sources. So you can't really change that, number one. Number two, I'm not so worried about the job title. It is the job duties that are important. So you should have a conversation with your lawyers, make them aware of your concerns, have them review the job description, the overall picture of the company, what changed, why did they change the job title? Because data analyst and business analysts are pretty much close to each other, right? So I'm not sure that you need to worry about it, but double check with your lawyers. Are you frozen or are you just giving a pose, UD? Yo, dude, you're frozen. Okay. So I'm not sure if the rest of the gang can hear me. I'm kind of handicapped here without UD. Okay. I guess we are not sure if you guys can hear me. I think the stream has discontinued. But let's see. I can wait a few seconds. UD has just texted me if you guys can hear me. UD just texted, maybe the internet went down, he said. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I'll just log out.
Sorry, I don't know. Are you guys here still? If you are, can you hear me? I think my internet went down because it's raining heavily. So one second. Can you guys? Okay, you guys are still here. Just sorry. There we go. Rajiv ji is here.
Okay. So did we lose everybody who was on the in the chat?
No. We still have about 65 people, so we're good. I think they stayed. Yeah. All right. I don't remember because I lost you.
The last thing I was talking about was, I think it was Nilesh Patelji, and I was telling him not to worry, just double check with your lawyers, you should be fine. Titles don't matter that much. It is the job description, other instances of the job. So I would talk with my lawyers and find out why did they change the title? Does it have any impact on my perm? Personally, I don't think titles are a big deal. At least that's the way the government looks at them. So don't worry so
Okay.
much. You'll be all right.
Got it. Okay. Umang is asking, I'm planning to book an H4 visa appointment for my wife, my to-be wife, and also plan to book interview date well after the wedding date. I have a question on new DS-160 rule after November 15, 2023 about modification after submission. Should the DS-160 details, marital status, must be accurate at the time of submitting booking of the appointment or at the day of the interview? Should I just fill out one DS-160 with marital status as married and then or two DS-160 as a status update? Oh,
I have no idea. But I would tell you this, I am very reluctant to advise people to put something down which is not yet true. Because your DS-160 should reflect state of affairs as they exist on the date you file the DS-160. Now, what is the best way forward? How to find out more about this? Try and see if you can contact the consulate or the companies that support the data processing for the consulate. look at their frequently asked questions, and they should have a non-immigrant visa um, address, email address where you can send an email. My own experience is that consulates are responding to emails. Yodi, did you freeze again?
I heard you, but yeah,
Yeah. Just
I think
so
there's a
sometimes, yeah, because you do the hero thing and the Shah Rukh Khan thing. I can't tell if you're striking a pose or how does he do that open arm thing.
yeah,
I
yeah,
really
yeah.
don't know what
Like
you do.
nice. You look good in that pose.
Oh God
You should
Almighty,
try it.
kill me now.
All right. Sorry, guys. We are having internet issues. I mean, I am having internet issues. I
Yes,
need
yes,
Google Fiber really
yeah.
bad. I need fiber optics. All right. My H-1B is approved under consulate process. I'm currently under initial OPT. Is it better option to apply for STEM OPT and then go for stamping whenever the slots are available, or should I apply for change of status staying in United States, which is costing me $4,000?
Change of status. It's
Mm,
gonna cost you a ticket to go to India also, right? So I would rather do the
right.
change of status.
Mm. But then you get to eat and meet family.
It's okay. It's okay not to be so food oriented. We are not dogs. We are people.
I meant family, like family. I meant like we get to
That's
meet
why
your
that's
family.
why the good Lord invented FaceTime or WhatsApp.
Right, right, right. All right. Okay. Hello, sirs. Ooh, interesting.
Don't give him
I
a
am
swollen head, yeah. Stop already.
what?
I said, don't
What
give
you?
him a swollen head. UD. Call him sir. What?
I'm currently on H4 dependent. Have lived in Texas, USA for about 7 years and have a high school diploma year. I plan to switch to F1 visa before I age out in March 2025. Will I still be? Mm,
Oh, see, in-state tuition has so many flavors. It depends upon the state, it depends upon the school. So you should check with your school. Are they going to allow you in-state tuition? I cannot answer that question because some institutions, and I could be wrong about this, I've checked this many, many months ago. Um, some universities think of people's resident status rather than immigrant status. Because if you've lived
mm,
here 7 years, you're definitely a resident. That's the fair interpretation, right? But
yeah.
I can't really comment, and you should coordinate with the university, Ms. Khan.
Mm, okay. All right. I have son holding U.S. birthright. Okay, birthright
Mhm.
citizenship, and my wife is on F1 visa. Right now, my son is growing up in India, so I'm trying to get dependent F2 visa, but got rejected multiple times. Can you suggest the best way to get visa, or any thoughts how to get visa approval?
Hariji, why is she getting so many denials? That's very unusual because unless she has a bad history, and if she has a bad history, then the best thing is to go to H4 when you get your H1. UD,
Hmm.
blink your eyes.
Yes. Sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you are frozen though, which is okay, I guess.
Oh,
We
okay.
don't really need to see you move. That's fine. Okay. So try for an H1. I also would like more information why she was denied. Is it 214B? If it is 214B, then H4 is the best option.
Hmm.
Because if she has a fraud or misrepresentation bar, that is forever. You can never get rid of it. You can
Hmm.
try a 212D3 waiver. Um, it's a lousy waiver, but at least it gets her in here.
Hmm. Am I still stuck, or you
You
can
are
see me
still stuck,
moving?
but that's okay. That's a
Oh,
cute
really?
pose, so we can live with that.
Okay. I wonder if I can just make you the face of this. I don't know how to do that, but
I'm no, I'm. We need a glamour boy for that. I'm not a glamour boy.
all right, cool. There we go.
Oh, you're back.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. One more questions on behalf. My friend was on behalf of my friend. My friend was denied for F1 visa multiple times. Her visitor visa was also cancelled without prejudice, along with F1 denial. in one of
No,
our F1 interviews.
no, we already covered that, Umangji, because it should not have an impact on H4 unless there is some kind of fraud or misrepresentation issue. Because F2, F1, B2 denials can be based upon 214B, which basically means we think you're going to become an immigrant when you go to US. So that's an
Hmm.
easy denial to dismiss in an H4. That's not a problem for H4. Okay, so
Hmm.
as long as there's no misrepresentation type problem, earlier denials have no impact on the H4. Don't worry.
Okay. My first time H1B approved recently. Currently, I'm in India. My employer saying there is no on site opportunities. Can I transfer my visa to another US employer from India if they are willing to offer a job in USA? Or is there any other possibilities?
So I'm assuming, Rakesh ji, that you have not yet received your visa. So if you have received your visa already, absolutely transfer to a new employer, no problem, while you are sitting in India. And you can use that visa and the new approval to travel. You don't have to go for visa again. But if you have not received a visa, then USCIS takes the position that you are still subject to the lottery. That's
Hmm.
what they say, at least in many ways, in different meetings and all. But we have done these kind of transfers where somebody did not yet get a visa and still the government approved the transfer. So what they say and what they do appear to be two different things. Worth a shot.
Hmm.
Definitely try it.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I entered US on September 4th. This is reflected in my travel history of I-94, but my I-94 shows wrong date of entry, July 10th. Hmm. Now I applied for STEM OPT. Will this blunder from CBP affect my USCIS
No, I don't see why, but you should correct it. So if you do a web search for, by the way, UD, you are frozen again. If you do the web search for um, I-94 correction cbp.gov, okay, do that, Srijay. I hope you are hearing me. So do,
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you.
yeah, I can hear you too. I can't see you, but I can hear you. So as long you should get that corrected, start that process, but it should not impact your STEM OPT. I can't see why it would.
Yeah. I'm going to switch my Wi-Fi to hardwire. I just did the hardwire. Hopefully that
Yeah.
works. So if I'm gone, then that's why. I should just give you keys to this hosting thing.
No, it's too much work, man. I am an old man. I like you to do all the hard work. I do very well looking pretty. Just sit here and answer questions. But yeah, of course, if you need a backup, just tell me what we need to do.
Okay.
No
You can
problem.
still hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Great. I think the switch happened and should
Yeah,
be
and
good.
actually I can see you also now. So you're moving, you're back to your Shah Rukh Khan thing. And now
All
instead of
right.
just
Great.
going like that,
I,
you're
l-
actually
I look still good. Nothing happened.
I don't know. I need to talk to you about your exercise routine because I suspect that that's why I don't like personal trainers because
Mm,
they just put you in a container and everybody
yeah.
has a different philosophy. I think you should do functional training rather than just building muscles. You got to be strong.
Right. Yeah. 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 Yes. Okay. Um, can I work in US while on visitor visa? Planning to visit my cousin. However, I will not be working for a US based company, but for a UK based company since I have a legal working rights in UK.
This is a more difficult question to answer, Raviji. See, there have been comments from my colleagues who have dealt with this issue before, which say that if the company is not raising, the UK company is not connected with USA in any way, no money is coming through US clients, none of that, then working for a UK company while sitting in the United States is not an issue. Okay. If you answer an occasional email or occasional phone call, that is, I don't think, an issue at all. It's a very small thing. You should be able to do that. But can I definitively say that can you work on the US soil for a UK based company? I do not know the answer to that question. It could get tricky if it comes up. in any of the USCIS or CBP conferences or meetings with you, they could raise an objection to that. So, my advice, practical advice, unless you are 100% sure that the company in UK raises no money or no has no contacts in USA, um,
Hmm.
probably should be okay, and the word probably is the operative word. But if there's any kind of connectivity or connection in their operations with the USA, then probably, again, probably is the operative word. It's not a good idea.
Hmm. Can my wife maintain both F1 and H4 visas? She's currently on F1, but I want to apply for H4 for her since I have approved I-40.
You can't maintain both visa statuses at the same time. So, for example, you can't be married and unmarried at the same time. You're committed to one particular status. So think about it almost like committing to holy matrimony. Either you are married or you're not.
Hmm.
One visa, whatever one you use. So if you change to H4, while the H4 is pending, she's still on F1. But the
Yeah.
moment the change of status is approved, she's on H4. She no longer has an F1.
Right. 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 And the reason I'm not sure why someone would want to
Married
do
or
that.
unmarried. Either you are married or you're unmarried or you're married. You can't have both things.
No, no, I'm saying like from F1 to H4, like are there benefits? I guess
Yeah, yeah,
EAD.
he's getting her an EAD.
Yeah.
He wants to make
Okay.
lots of money so they can start their YouTube channel.
They can start their YouTube channel. Perfect. Yes. My spouse has H1B and I would be getting H4. I have 16 years of IT experience and currently employed in India. What options are for me to work in United States and or have a source of income if not allowed to work on H4?
See, Nimishji, you'll keep applying for H1B if you have a job. If you have a job, we can look at your resume whether you qualify for O1. If you are one of the top 10% people in the industry, meet certain qualifications, you could get an O1 for an employer. And that way you skip the lottery, H1B lottery. And the last way is if your spouse gets her I-140 approved, then she can get you an H4 EAD.
Hmm. I'm Lalit, my fiance.
Fiance,
Okay, my
fiance.
finance
Yeah, you see money
fiance.
everywhere.
is
Money.
on is on H1B stamped and is on H1B which is stamped and soon she would be fired. Ooh. In order to extend 60 days grace period, is it as advisable to change of status to B2 or change of status to F2? I'm on a F1 PhD. What are some things to consider while choosing between the two?
I prefer F2 because remember, B1, B2 is only given for 6 months at a time. So you keep applying for extension. F2, ek hi baar karo. Do the F2, and that way you don't have to worry about extending it. So, yes, F2 is a better
Hmm.
bet.
Mm, I like that. Okay. Can I work? We did this
We
question.
talked
I
about that,
think.
Ravi. Yeah.
Okay. I'm on initial OPT and got job offer from a non e-verified company. So if just in case if I get an opportunity from e-verified company before completing my entire OPT, is am I still eligible for STEM OPT or will they not approve since my initial OPT has been non-approved? Oh, okay.
So
Non-very.
the question is, does working on initial OPT for a non e-verified company um, stamp me so that I can't change to a e-verified company when I go to STEM OPT? And the answer is no problem at all.
Yeah. All right. I'm currently on F1 visa, and this is last year for filing my H1B. I work as a senior quality engineer for a medical device industry. Can the company I work for file a green card if my H1B doesn't get selected?
Yes, absolutely, Mayuchi. They can.
But will he have enough time if this is his last chance? Uh,
Well, see, that's a different question. So, if he, for example, goes to curricular practical training and there's a green
hmm.
card going on, with the current codification or putting in writing by the government that just because your I-140 is pending, we don't consider you to be automatically um, barred from holding a student visa. So I think all in all, when I do a cost benefit analysis, to me, it appears to make sense that very seriously they should consider filing a green card. And in the meantime, if he has other way to, because he's not going to get work authorization based upon a green card filing, unless he was born in a country other than India or his spouse was born in a country other than India.
Hmm.
So overall, there is an advantage in filing an H-1B. I mean, sorry, green card.
Yes. Vaishnavi here. I'm on F1 OPT and my company is not e-verified. I think we talked about maybe. I have to change my company before stamp OPT application. Is it possible to continue in my current company? My company is established in 1975 and has less than 100 employees, so verification is not required.
I am not aware of any exception whether you are 100 employees or one, where if you are applying for STEM OPT, as far as I know, you have to go for a company that's e-verified. The number of employees in the company is irrelevant. That's a part of the STEM
Mm.
OPT requirements.
Okay. Hello, Rajiv ji. My paternal aunt has filed a petition I-130 on behalf of my father. Does it affect my chances of visa approval?
Kirtanji, that depends what kind of visa you're applying for. If it was H1, H4, L1, L2, no problem. But if you're applying for a student visa or a tourist visa, even then, because it's such a attenuated
Mm.
petition, it's not something you are directly being affected by. So I think you should be okay, and that petition should not impact you, and especially not if you are on H or L.
Mm. Mm. How difficult it is to get H1B for a student completing his master's in digital marketing at Pace University?
So there is a title called market research analyst, which is an appropriate title for this. Those titles are getting H-1Bs. 3 years ago, government had started denying market research analysts, but then they got sued and they backed off and they said, you know what, we are going to look at this case by case basis. So far, Krish, we are getting approvals for market research analysts, which is what a digital marketing guy is.
Mm. What about because that's what I do. Marketing tech product manager or product marketing manager.
See, when you are a product manager, there are several flavors of product manager. There
Hmm.
is vanilla, there is strawberry, there is UD, there are all kinds of flavors. Okay, but no, what I mean is a flavor, because if you are a product manager, you could be a technology guy, or you could
Hmm.
be a management guy, or you could be a marketing guy. Those are typically the flavors, right?
Yeah.
So if you are a marketing guy, I would probably look at senior market research analyst. If you're a
Hmm.
technical guy, I would look at as a systems manager position. So it all depends on how we are approaching the position and what does the position require. Is it
Hmm.
possible to get H-1Bs for these kind of job, product manager? Yeah, we do it all the time, but it depends upon what their flavor is. There could be
Hmm.
flavors that are a problem for H-1B.
Hmm. Got it. Okay.
Like
Got it.
your job probably just says, as long as you're good looking and young, you got the job. So that doesn't
That is
that
it.
doesn't work for H-1B.
Yeah, and I have to talk to people too. So as long as I can talk to people and not upset them.
Yeah, well,
That-
I would never pass that test. I sent a message to my team, our team. I said, to all those I have offended in 2023, do better so that I don't have to do it again in 2024. And
oh, that's
our logo says, it's a pirate's face, and the logo says, the beatings shall continue until morale improves.
oh wow. Yeah, that would be interesting. Do
Our
better
team,
or
they just
else.
they ignore me. They don't really care what I say.
I would love to be in that group chat.
Oh man, Sumanji is the person, is the response. She's the adult in the we have been working together for 29 years.
Yeah.
So she is the one. She always tells me, "Don't talk to anyone in my team. Let me do the talk."
Yeah, I'm afraid we'll
So
lose
I'm
all
not
of
a good
them.
product manager. I resigned.
Yes. All right. I'm OPT. STEM starts in May. Okay. And I had my H1B picked up in consulate option. Change of status is still pending. I have a job offer from another company. They said they're going to do the change of status and transfer for my H1B.
Yeah.
Is it
So
as well?
the only difficulty you are going to have is until you get a change of status through company X, which is your current company. When you have a pending H1B transfer from company Y, they will not give you a change of status within USA. So you have to wait for the change of status. You can file the petition, and the way I would handle something like this, I would say, okay, I need to get change of status before I can get transfer within USA. So what I'll do is, in the change of status that is pending from company X, which is my current company, I will request that please premium my case. And I would even offer to pay for it. Then from company Y, I would file non-premium H1B. Okay.
Hmm.
Same simultaneously, but don't change jobs. File through company B or company Y and wait for X to come through. When X comes through, I would then premium my Y case and join upon approval. That's the smart thing to do.
Hmm.
So once
Interesting.
again,
Okay.
premium X, non-premium Y. Once exchange of status is approved, premium Y.
Hopefully you
Too much,
got that,
too much
Avi.
information. Okay. Sometimes I feel like I don't make sense.
Sometimes? You sure?
Most you sound like one of the team members. Or I'm being ignored.
No, no, you do make sense. I'm currently on OPT, and me and my boyfriend USC would wait, my boyfriend USC would like to get married, but my OPT is going to expire soon.
Yeah,
Can I do change of status and stay in United States, or will I have to go back home
no
country?
problem.
What is the fastest way to get EAD?
No problem at all. So the fastest way, such as it is always through change of status. You call it change of status. In green card, it's called adjustment of status. Okay. So when you go from non-immigrant to non-immigrant, we call it change of status. When you go from non-immigrant to green card, we call it adjustment of status. So if you want to look it up, you want to look up adjustment of status. Couple of rules you want to remember. Under the law, somebody gets married to a US citizen, even if they have been illegal for 10 years, there is no problem as long as they don't travel before getting the green card. Okay.
Hmm.
So, do you have to maintain status? No. But if it were my sister or my friend, my family member, what I would tell them is rather than losing status, if your F1 has expired, remember you have 60 days grace period. If that has expired, just apply for B1, B2. And while that is pending, you can apply for adjustment of status. The only requirement for spouses of US citizens, it's not status when they apply for adjustment. They have to have entered USA legally. So unless you came under the fence or over the Trump wall, um, we have no problem even if you're out of status. But don't go out of status, apply for B1, B2.
Hmm. Okay. I didn't know USC means US citizen.
Yeah,
I thought
that's
US citizen.
standard terminology.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
USC is also university, so I'm always thinking
Yeah,
about university.
see, that's the funny thing because we are such prisoners of our own abbreviations. Somebody says CBP, I only think is Customs and Border Protection, but it has many other meanings as well.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. There was one last question we'll take. Yeah, I think you have to go. And that is I was affected by layoffs. I'm sorry. O1 visa. Okay. At the end of grace period, I submitted in November 29th, 2023, P2 I1 I539 petition pending. Now I have an offer from with MIT. They will be doing H1B academic visa, possibly with premium. Will there be any anticipated issues for my H1B approval as I was out of visa since end of my O1 and I'm on
So,
B2?
so Nehaji, if your B2 gets approved by the time your H1B is decided, there should be no problem. But if it is still pending, government can say, well, you are in between statuses. So here is your H1 approval. Go get a visa stamp and come back. In either case, it's not the end of the world. So your future is quite secure the way I see it, especially if you have a job with MIT. It's not like it's an unknown university or an unknown employer. Even if you go for visa stamping, it should be fairly straightforward. And you can go to any country around us. You don't have to go all the way to India. So you can look at,
Mm.
but make sure they are doing third country national visa processing, TCN. So Mexico, Canada. Canada takes too long to get a visa, tourist visa to Canada. So Canada, Jamaica, Costa Rica, Bahamas, any of the neighboring countries you could go to.
Mm. Okay. Cool. I know you have to go. Is it
Yeah, Yudi, start waking up early so I can push it earlier. I can't push it later. So if we
okay?
can do it,
Got it.
8:30 my
I
time, that's okay too. So we get
Okay.
to talk to a
I
lot
thought
more
you were
people
gonna start saying like waking up early for some other reason, like
for
working out
this,
or something.
for this reason. Yeah, working out
Okay.
is
Okay.
great. That's a good way to
Yeah.
go.
Yes.
All right, brother.
All right.
Um,
Cool. We'll talk soon.
tell Caitlin I said hi. Give her a big hug from me.
I will. I
Done.
will. I'll say yo because now that's what I say to you. Since last time you've been saying yo to her. So.
But I
All
changed
right.
it. What can I tell you?
Yeah. Hopefully we'll visit you soon in
Love to
April.
see you guys. That
Yeah.
that those tres leches cake is still waiting for you guys.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Cool. See you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. We'll talk soon.
Bye, guys.
For the people we could not answer, we'll just put the questions and we'll take it next time.
Just send your demand that he wake up half an hour early so we can get everybody involved.
That's true. Yeah. All right. Cool. Okay.
Take care,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone. Bye. Okay. All right. I have no idea what happened. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Bye. Bye.